And how did you find out that he'd been shot?
I got a phone call on the Sunday morning. Originally, the police had told Marina and John that Anthony had been shot in the head, and obviously towards the end of Sunday we found out he got shot in the chest or in his torso.
And how did you react to that? What did you do?
I was in shock, complete utter shock, and then when I realised it was the police but I'd shot our Anthony through the windscreen of his car, just completely in disbelief.
Why is that?
Well, you don't expect the police to go around shooting people, do you? You know, you expect gangsters to do that. Or you see something like that in a film, but not in real life, and not when it's your family.
And what are you campaigning for? What is Justice for Granger?
Justice for Granger is to try and unravel the truth, trying to prevent the police from their cover-ups, because I've been catapulted into doing this for the last 6 months now, and we've merged with that many different campaigns and families. We've had advice off them on how the police work, how the RPCC work, how the whole system works, and I do believe, in my own belief, that the police protect the system and the system protect the police, and that's why there has never been a conviction against a policeman or woman who has committed an atrocity such as our Anthony's, and nobody's ever gone to prison for it. They're immune to it. They've got no accountability. They can go around and kill, shoot, murder, beat, batten, gas anybody they want to and get away with it, because the system is wrong, the system is corrupt.
Worst case scenario, what do you fear happens to Anthony?
What did you fear?
Well, yeah, I mean, you know, if when the RPCC report comes out, if there's a trial or whatever, what are your sort of worst thinking?
The police to try and... Well, the police have already done the smear campaign. Once they shot Anthony, the first thing they did was told a pack of lies to the press and the media that Anthony was an armed robber, Anthony was a drug dealer, Anthony was not an armed robber, Anthony was not a drug dealer. So our first goal as a campaign and as a family member is to put the record straight that Anthony was not a drug dealer and he was not an armed robber. He's never been involved in any violence or any gun crimes whatsoever. He was no angel, I admit, but nothing to do with violence or guns. It was all to do with cars.
And why did they shoot him that day?
Do you want to tell the truth? Yeah. I think it's something to do with a memory stick which got stolen out of a car. The car got stolen, the memory stick was in the car, and I think they've had him executed over that memory stick because of the sensitive information which was on that stick, which was all down to the armed response unit. What was on that stick we don't know. Whoever's got that stick is probably frightened to death to come forward with that memory stick, because they'll probably get executed for it as well. And
where is Justice for Granger up to? Whereabouts are you in your campaign?
Well, Justice for Granger has been the trial which the Crown Prosecution indicted Anthony Granger into, which I think is morally wrong, because he wasn't allowed to defend himself in any shape or form. The judge said to the jury that, you know, Anthony Granger's death is nothing to do with this trial, but while we were sat there for 3 weeks, Anthony's name was mentioned every other minute. So all they were trying to do was make him the ringleader of the group. The judge also was not going to mention to the jury that Anthony Granger had been shot dead by a police officer. He was going to keep it quiet, but because we were protesting outside, the judge thought we had got to the jury. So he had to tell the jury that Anthony Granger was shot dead by a policeman.
And when the 3 defendants in that case walked free and acquitted by the jury, what did you think then? What was your reaction?
I heard the first verdict where Tottenham was not guilty, and then, because I was praying to Anthony to please make it go the right way, not the wrong way, and I couldn't really, I don't know, my head fell off, to be honest, burst into tears with relief, you know. because that trial was only set up to justify. They were trying to get a conviction to try of one of the lads to try and justify why Anthony Granger was shot dead. That is the only reason why that trial went ahead, which is disgusting. It's despicable. And the Crown prosecution need looking into. They're trying to muddy Anthony Granger's name before it goes to a trial or inquest, because that's the only reason he got indicted into that trial.
And it's presumably a boost to your campaign.
It's a massive boost. My head's been on the block for the last 6 months, because obviously I knew in my own heart Anthony has nothing to do with guns or robberies. You know, I know that, I speak from the heart, but it just justifies why I'm actually campaigning now for my cousin. And not just for my cousin, it's for all the other deaths in custody as well. There's been over 6,000 deaths since 1969, and there's never been a conviction against anybody who works for the states.
Great. Wes, thank you very much.